He began as a studio engineer at the Jamaican Broadcasting Corporation, JBC, where he developed, his broadcasting, skills. Mr. Howard, later became the founding programs manager of IRA FM. Yo, me say, we have the gargan in the studio. How you mean? Listen, in 2015, no, we met in 2011, 2012. And in 2015, he gave me an opportunity that he would like my programs live on radio to be telecast in Jamaica. He wrote a letter to that effect. I sent it to the then programs manager, Mr. Mark Okrekumante. He put that in a dustbin. The man didn't understand the main reason why Dr. Dennis Howard, all the way from Jamaica, says my program should be telecast live in Jamaica. Then the programs manager was like, but your program? And I'm like, yes. He said my program. This is the letter. I still have a copy of that letter today. You understand me? But we give thanks every time. Ladies and gentlemen, talking about Dr. Dennis Howard, apart from being a lecturer, at the University of West Indies and all that, he is a music producer as well. I mean, I'm talking about Grammy-nominated music producer. He's an artist manager. You see, if you talk about Jamaican music or Caribbean music, this man here is the top at top. That is why today I have a whole lot of questions on my table for him. And there is one thing I love about Dennis Howard, and everyone will tell you, he speaks his mind. He doesn't hold back anything. Dennis Howard speaks straight. He doesn't miss words. If it is blue, it is blue. If it is white, it is white. You understand me? He doesn't ramp. Some people don't like him because of the way he goes straight, and others love him. But here is the thing. In this world, you can't get everybody to love you. You understand me? So we give thanks. Now, people, let me give you a joke. Where is Michael? Michael, you all right? Yeah. Yo. Everything is everything. Now, let me tell you one thing. Last year, when I stepped to Jamaica, the first morning I got to Jamaica, already I had informed him that, listen, Doc, I'm coming to Jamaica. So when I got to Jamaica early in the morning, he sent me a text that, are you around Lagazee? I said, yes. I said, where are you? I said, I'm in Lagazee. I said, where in Lagazee? I told him. He said, oh, that is on my way to the university campus. Man, come and check you, man. Oh, Lagazee, come to the university. I said, all right. Now, I went to Augustown to see Sizzler. On my way coming, he said, Lagazee, yo, I want to you, man. They are wait for you for a long time, and Lagazee, come yet. Want to you? I said, Doc, I'm coming. Then I went to see him at the campus. That is where everything began. That is where the story, knowing the in-depth of Jamaican reggae music, that was where all the discussions start. And then I was listening, recording, writing, and all that. Some of the things I didn't know personally, which are not even written on the internet or in books, you understand me, where I was informed. I'm like, all right, no problem. And then after doing all the rounds, he drove me around. We went to some of the iconic. Dr. Dennis Howard, God bless you, man. Thank you so much for the love. You understand me? The kindness. You understand me? It's quite a bit, grippy that you are in Ghana now, and even I can't get hold of you because of the conference and all that kind of thing and all that. But we give thanks every time. Ladies and gentlemen, anywhere you are, if you're on the live, I want you to type thank you to Dr. Dennis Howard, because trust me, he did a lot for me whilst, in Jamaica. Man took me to a lot of iconic places. You understand me? We went to Stone Love, Weddy and all that kind of thing. And, Dennis Howard is a man of the people. He knows everybody. So as soon as we get to the place, he say, Lagazee, you know this man? I said, no. He say, that is him. And there are some people you only see pictures. And when you see them in person, maybe there is a slight difference between them and the picture and all that. He'll be like, you know this man? I say, yes. I know him. I say, that is him. That you like to, interview him? I say, yes. And all that. He carried me to Waterhouse to meet the great King Jamis. He and Jamis go way back in time and all that. That was where I met I met Johnny Osborne when we went to Weddy, and then going to King Jamis studio at Waterhouse, we also met Johnny Osborne over there, and that was where Johnny Osborne said something that he originated Sing J, or what is known as Sing J today. He is the father of that. You understand me? Now, upon hearing that, now on the internet, Mr. Vegas granted an interview to Irish and Chin, and he made mention of Sing J. We had an artist that I also respected so much by name Little John. Little John said he originated that. So Dr. Dennis Howard is here. So we're going to put these discussions to rest so that we'll know who exactly invented what and who originated what. In the meantime, let me stop talking. I don't know why I'm talking plenty like that, whilst the boss himself is there. Dr. Dennis, welcome.
Thank you, man. Thank you.
How is the vibe?
The last time you interviewed me in Ghana, it was on a television station.
Was on a television station?
Yeah. That's where our relationship started.
Definitely.
Yeah.
And we never stop.
Never stop. Yeah, it was always a good vibe.
Of course, Doc. How your second time being in Ghana? How is the feeling like?
Oh, wonderful! It's home. I went back. I went to the coast and went to the two castles. The first time I went to the Elima Castle.
Elimina Castle?
Yeah, I went. That's the first time I went there, but I went to Cape Coast.
All right.
I took my wife and we were with some colleagues, so it was, the usual, emotional kind of vibe.
Oh, God.
And we got some food, incredible food at a place named Sahara's, and we went to Kakum Park. And we tricked out my wife into doing the 7 bridges.
You don't do it?
Yeah, of course. I did that was my second time.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, so, and the conference is over now, but it was a great conference. It's called Africa in Transition, and it's a conference among intellectuals and business people, because there was a trade show also. And basically, we are trying to make links with the Caribbean and Ghana. And we know Ghana is the gateway to Africa.
Yes.
So that is why the conference is the second year of the conference. And a lot of Caribbean academics and business people and Ghanaians and even Bajan, Trinidadians, people from all over the place, even other African countries were at the conference. So it started last year very small, but this year it was bigger. It was at the University of Ghana.
Legon.
Yeah, Legon. Wonderful property. And so we had a good time. We got some bargain. They brought in trade, suppliers of all kind of things, food, clothing, everything. So we had an opportunity to do some shopping and exchange. And there's other companies who were offering like training and consultancy and all of them things. So it was a great vibe. I think it's gonna happen next year. Hopefully I'll be back.
Nice. But a little about the conference, though.
Yeah.
Africa in Transition, and this is the second year.
Yeah.
And what exactly are we seeking to achieve?
Collaboration, economic, friendship, political collaboration between the the Caribbean and Africa.
Okay.
And primarily Ghana right now. The focus is on Ghana.
All right.
You know, business opportunities. There were a lot of Jamaican businesses there that are based in Ghana. There is a tour company, I think it's called Maroon Ventures. You know, there was the Kevoy, who is an actor, who is now living in Ghana, Jamaican living in Ghana, and is I think he's the president of the Jamaica Ghana Business of Commerce, something like that. I don't remember the title. But and then the Ghanaians were there. They basically there was a workshop on doing business in Ghana, how to navigate the space, and how it is easy to set up business in Ghana, and so it's that kind of exchange. There was even talks about having direct flights from the Caribbean straight to Ghana, because that is a problem. People all went to Turkey from Jamaica, went to Turkey, the UK to reach here. I had to go to New York to reach here. So that's a problem also. The usual. The global North control how we travel, and it makes it expensive for us to travel. I know you'd love to come to Jamaica more often, but it go in terms of the money.
But Africa in transition, the second year.
Yeah.
I hope this is not about long speeches with long vibes.
No, man, it's about action.
Yeah.
It's about action, because the conference was kind of different from the normal conference, which is just an academic exercise. As I said, businesses were there all of the days. It was Tuesday until Friday, and it was a networking kind of situation. So I have a lot of links with people, Ghanaian companies and Jamaican Ghanaian companies that are in the space. So it's just like our relationship started in 2011, 2012. And we have continued until now. I expect that some of the connections that I've made will bear some fruit.
Nice.
You never know. I'll be doing business here soon or something.
Definitely.
Yeah.
Definitely. Doc, once again, welcome to Ghana.
Yeah, man.
Yeah, man. I hope you enjoy some Ghana foods at work.
Absolutely. Yeah, man. Up to the place that we got, the restaurant we went to in I've done a Banku.
Yeah. Oh, wow.
I've done Monkey Tail. What else? The
jollof
rice.
The jollof rice.
Yeah. That's my favorite.
Yeah.
Tilapia, all of them stuff.
Yeah, wow.
Some of the stuff I don't even remember the name.
Say it.
Of course, we call it sorrel, but you call it something else.
Sobolo.
Yeah. So
nice.
Yeah, man. I always love Ghanaian food. So
nice. Nice.
Yeah.
All right. So we're live on 4 radio stations across Ghana.
Okay.
99.5 in Accra, 98.5 in Kumasi, 100.3 in Cape Coast, and 99.7 in Tamale. And we have over 38 million people are listening to it. And the most interesting thing about this particular show is that it's not only on the internet. We're live on Facebook as well. You understand me? We're live on X as well. And if you have an Android phone, you can easily log on onto the Asaase Radio website and then click on listen. And any part of the world you are, you can listen to us. And the most interesting thing about this radio station is that you can also be in your car and tune in into 99.5. If you can't hear me and you go into Kumasi, from Accra to Kumasi, it's 4-hour drive. You understand me? If you're on the way and you get to like somewhere like in Koko and you can't get my signal on 99.5, you just tune into 98.5 and you're good. And you can continue. If from Kumasi you go into somewhere like the northern region and you get to Techiman, you understand me? Or even Bole, and you realize that the signal on 98.5 is going kind of sour, you just tune into 99.7 and you're good.
Mm-hmm.
This is how the whole thing is programmed. So the whole Ghana are listening to we right now. You understand me? Well, I've been talking about Dr. Dennis Howard for some time now. You understand me? In Jamaica, we had interviews. You understand me? We did one via Zoom and all that.
Yeah.
You are here in person now.
Yeah.
If we talk about Dennis Howard, the renowned broadcaster, lecturer from Jamaica, who exactly are you?
A son of Kingston.
You are Kingstonian.
Yeah. And born in the music and the culture of downtown Kingston, where it all happened. My father was a dance promoter and a sound system owner. From the 70s, we had a sound called Shanghai Solophonic. It started out with the Error Brothers owning the sound, and then they brought in my father as the manager. And then after a while, we took it over. So it's even older than Stone Love.
Wow.
Yeah. Let me tell you something.
Yeah.
There are a lot of sound systems. Jamaica is so dynamic that you hear about the Bodyguards and you hear about the sound, the Geminis and the Stone Loves. There are ton loads of other great sound systems we had never hear of. Shanghai is one of them. Because we have played almost everywhere in Jamaica. From Jamaica, we were at the first Jamaica Carnival. We played at all uptown sounds. We Power and my father were great friends. And sometimes We Power would say, boy, you always get the nice, fancy dates.
Wow.
And we've been around from in the 70s. We have clashed with Stone Love. We have clashed with all of the sounds. We have played almost everywhere, but you never. If you go on the internet, you won't hear anything about Shanghai Solophonic.
Why?
But that's how it is. I can tell you more other sounds that you ever hear about a sound named Black Prince. You never hear about it. No. But those sounds, you ever hear about a sound named Africa Happening? Some people might hear Africa Happening, but they know Africa Happening by the New York based one.
Okay.
But you have the original Africa Happening. You have sounds like Gutter Swing, Aries, ton loads of sound that were extremely popular. But you don't hear them because people don't talk about them, and sometimes after a while they kind of retire and you don't hear anything. There was a sound system called Stand the Soul Merchant, Love Supreme. I can tell you a bunch of sound that were big sounds, even before Stone Love and Bodyguard and all of these other sounds. So half of the time, half of the story has never been told in terms of Jamaican sound system culture and Jamaican music culture. Trust me. We can tell you artists that, hardly anybody know, but their contribution is amazing.
Wow.
Wow. So as back to me now, so I grew up in the thing. I used to pass Bob Marley. Every day. I used to pass Peter Tosh because I live in Eastern Kingston and my father's business was in Western Kingston. So I used to go visit him all the time at his business place. And I was walking on Beeson Street where Bob Marley's second shop in that area was on Beeson Street between King Street and Chancery Lane. So it was on when you're heading to the west, it's on the left side. And I'm coming from east, so I'm heading west. So I'll pass him out there chewing cane, playing football, pass Bunny Wheeler every day. Not only Bunny Wheeler, I'd pass people like Derek Harriott. Derek Harriott has a store there. And on Orange Street, you had Clancy Eccles, you had Bunny Lee, you had 90 Oldness. And at 90 Oldness shop at the Observer on Orange Street, you would see Dennis Brown sitting down there every day. And then if you go North Parade, you go to Randy's record store and Joe Gibbs record store, and everybody was there. Every artist, every musician. So I grew up with these men just all over the place, So that's what and then when I got to my father's place, which was a place named the Jazzot, Shanghai was the sound system. But every other sound system played at Jazzot. Channel 1, Afrique, Gemini, Aries, Stand the Soul Merchant, Grotto Swing, all of these big sounds that was there is a differentiation between sounds in Jamaica, which some people don't even realize. in the 70s and the 60s, that in the 60s they changed the name to disco. Some sound systems. Originally it was sound system, but a guy at a sound system called Meritone. Meritone is another big sound, legendary. They came from St. Thomas, and Meritone got because Meritone had an uptown kind of following. They never liked the sound of the name sound system. And a guy named Ronnie Nasrallah said to them, why you don't call it disco? Because there was discotheques from Europe. You know, the clubs were called discotheques. So they said, listen, uptown people will like the name disco. So a lot of sounds that used to play funk, soul, R&B, and disco music became known as discos. So those sounds never even used to play a lot of reggae music. Now the root sounds now, like King Atani, Socialist Roots, Arrows Hi-Fi, all of those sounds were known as Hi-Fi because they played strictly roots music and they never used to play any foreign music. So if you want to go to a roots dance, you had to go to those sound systems. Tubbies was a roots sound. Arrows, Emperor Fate, Socialist Roots, King Atani, Jammies, all of these sound. Scorpio,
yeah.
Metro Media started out as a soul set. I used to play pure soul music until I met Peter Metro. So you had discos and you had hi-fis. You understand? There was a difference. And the discos used to play a lot of soul music. Because the people don't realize. Even now in Jamaica, we play more foreign music than we play Jamaican music on radio.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
Right now. And even back in those days, there is a set of inner city people who saw themselves identifying with the soul movement and the black power movement in Jamaica, in America. So everybody had bellfoot pants and platform shoes and afro, big afro. And those people, inner city people same way, they gravitated towards the discos. So all of the discos that I tell you, you had one named Soul Tone. Witty, the producer, his sound was called Soul Tone. You had Gussie Clark and Witty, and they used to sell. They used to buy the disco records and the soul records in New York and sell them to the sound systems in Jamaica. That was how Gussie Clark come into the business before he became a producer, you know. So that was a situation where you had disco, and they played a lot of soul, funk, calypso, and a little bit of reggae. And even those sounds, them not going to play the root sounds of give me an example now. Even them are the one play Bob Marley them days.
Wow.
Yeah, man. Some of the sounds, because it was more towards the R&B and soul and them
and all these things.
Yeah.
So it was only the hi-fi sound systems.
Yeah, the root sounds.
Yeah.
You know.
That were playing strictly reggae.
Reggae, yeah. You have Jack Ruby in Ocho Rios. And Roots, what them name again?
King Tubbies,
yeah. And Jammies Jammies came a little later, but and so did Scorpio. But the earlier sounds were the hi-fi sounds. They were the ones that are like Emperor Fate, King Tubbies and them stuff like that. And they play peer dub and play roots music, the roots music. They're never going to play Ram God Liver good for make manish water. you know that's kind of what you call gentrified reggae.
Yeah.
No. Pure roots and dub and Rastaman music them used to play. And so there was a different audience for the different sound systems.
So in this case, where did your sound system falls in?
Disco. We played a lot of
soul music,
you know, the Tramps, Harold Belvin and the Blue Notes. You had some classic of songs during that period that everybody used to play. BT Express, all kind of them American type of thing. But we played reggae music still, you know. We had the mix, but we were a disco. We weren't a hi-fi.
So that was where the passion for music and production and all these things, you know, started from.
Yeah, it started there because I was immersed in the music, not by choice, but by birth. You know. So, but when I left high school, now I went to JBC.
Okay.
And at 18, and because I loved the music so much, and I was playing the sound system, I was supposed to get a job as a radio producer, but I never wanted to be a producer. I wanted to play music, so I opted for the technical operator job.
Okay.
Because we had 2 stations at JBC. You had Radio 1, which had announcers, and then you had Radio 2, which was just the operator playing music. So we got shifts where we work on Radio 1 and we work on Radio 2. So when we were working on Radio 2, you play the music. And even them days, you hardly could play certain reggae on Radio 2.
Sane.
You know?
like
you can't play roots music.
Oh wow.
Yeah, and at one point they even banned Jamaican music from Radio 2. But before that, Radio 2 used to be the first station to play 24-hour reggae. On special occasions like Independence Day, Christmas Day, they would play straight reggae. We created IRA FM. So IRA FM is not the first station to play 24-hour reggae, but they're the first station to play only reggae and dancehall. An amazing thing too, when I went to IRA FM, I had to fight to get dancehall to play.
As the program's head.
Yeah, they never wanted the owner never wanted dancehall, because remember, you know, one of the reasons why dancehall in the 90s became so popular is because of IRA FM. You know, some stations never used to play certain dancehall songs. RGR and JBC never used to play it. And when we come on, because Carl Young was a reggae man and had a manager reggae band, and when we decided, at first it was going to be 70% reggae and 30% other music. And it was getting problematic when we were talking to the advertisers. So Clyde McKenzie, the general manager, decided, you know what, let's go 24-hour. And when he started to say full reggae, then the advertisers and the advertising agencies bought into it.
Wow.
So it was supposed to be straight reggae. But I said, hey, we can't be reggae and we don't play dancehall. And it was a struggle with me and Carl Young to play dancehall. And you know the amazing thing? You have a lot of people will tell you that I fight against dancehall.
Yeah.
And they don't know the story. I, as a producer, produce most of the people. Before Beanie Man get him first hit, I record him. Before, my song is the major crossover hit for Bounty Killer. Intimate Woman with Anthony Redrose.
Yeah.
Before that, he had Copper Shot and Lodge, which were dancehall tunes, you know. But then it wasn't mainstream. It wasn't being played on radio. So the first big tune for Bounty Killer, which went to #1, is Intimate, you know.
And I your song.
And a man, but man, tell me, say me now, General B, Major Wani,
Yeah.
Donovan Steele. I mean name Donovan Steele. Him name Howard. And me and Red was sit down in the studio. I would say, no, but you can't name Howard. So him said, well, them call me Donovan. And I sat there and said, all right, what Donovan could, I said, Donovan Steele. That's how he got his name. There's the amount of things that I've done behind the scenes and the amount of artists that I've helped. But even with all of that, that's why this thing is such an ungrateful thing. You'll hear people say that, oh, I fight against this and I fight against. I'm the first one to put Vegas on a stage on radio. When him have Head's Eye. Danny Brown, he came to me. We were producing shows for TVJ. And we did some road shows all over the place. And Head's Eye not even hit yet. I was the first one to put TOK on that same show. I used to be part of the management team for Morgan Heritage. I am responsible for Morgan Heritage's success in terms of publicity. I was their publicist. You see? Took them to Jammies. No, I never took them to Jammies. I took them to Bobby Digital. I took them to Mikey Bennett. Mikey Bennett did one song and said, never know what to do with them. And I took them to Bobby, and me and Bobby sit down and say, listen, this group here, young youth, they used to produce themselves. And they used to sound like Denroy Morgan songs. So it wasn't resonating. So the first set of songs that I tried to promote, a song named I Am Rasta, and I can't remember the name of the other one. It wasn't, catching a fire. So I said, no, we have to get a good producer. So I sat down with Bobby and said, Bobby, we're going to work with this group. And the first album, I did the launch and everything, and arranged for them to go to meet them. It's such a long story.
Ladies and gentlemen, we're talking to Dr. Dennis Howard. And it's 23 going into the R2 here on Asaase Radio, the voice of our land. I don't know why the time is running like you send boat. Even though boat is in Jamaica, the time is running.
Yeah.
And we have a whole heap of things to catch up with Dr. Dennis Howard. So, let's hit back to chat, because this Sing J thing is something which is rocking my mind.
Yeah.
And I want us to...
You want to know who's the first person to record as a Sing J?
Yeah.
Miss Louise Bennett.
Wow.
This is just a style. This is just an African style of rhythmic presentation. It elastic and rhythmic. On the intercom, Rosie, tell me if you come. That beat, it rhythmic.
Yeah.
Even Beyonce copied it out from us. So it's a style. But the person who gave it the name is not Liquor John. It is not Vegas. It is not Tony Rebel. It is the man who did it, and the record, the proof is there. If you can, I'll tell you the song, I will play it for them. All right? It's Johnny Osbourne. Johnny Osbourne was in Canada as a singer, come back to Jamaica, and did an album with Coxsone named Truths and Rights. And in it, because of the popularity of DJ at the time, a lot of this, when they were in the dances, because everything is focused on dances and sound system. When a DJ sing, like after DJ, and them time there is oink, like the Yellowman style and Burro Banton style, but it was rhythmic. So when a singer come on now and try to sing, I'm still in love with you, girl, it's not resonating. So the singers realize that they have to find a style that match the DJs. So Johnny Osbourne was one of the first one. And he said to himself in the song that it's a new style. What can a man da-dee. And the song is called Sing J Style. So everybody we are talking about them, they do it before. Yeah. But the first person to record in that elastic rhythmic style is Miss Lou with a song called Towns of Jamaica.
Miss Lou.
So everybody acclaim it. But I saw the first to record in the style, because it's coming from our African ancestry. So people been doing it for years. They've been doing it in a similar fashion in America also. That staccato rhythmic style, which is Sing J. So Miss Lou was the first to record a song with that style. The man to give it the name, Johnny Osbourne. Look up Sing J Style and see if we can play it. And you hear him say, this a Sing J Style. So that. So everybody, one of the man who really Liquor John can say, he is one of the man who popularized it. But people like Barrington Levy also popularized it. The first song by Cocoa Tea is almost a Sing J style, because the song Sonia, the way that Cocoa Tea wrote that rhythm is exceptionally unique for a singer to do it. It was so effortless that sometimes it's like when Whitney Houston and Mariah Carey sing. It seems so effortless, but you can't do it. So the way even Cocoa Road, I've lost my Sonia and she's gone away. She da 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 da. That pacing, that is Sing style, you know. So we can't. Nobody don't invent anything. The sad thing about Jamaican music is people want to say that they invented. No, but music don't make so in Jamaica. It is a collective, and it is ancestral memory coming down way from right here, from Ghana, from Nigeria, from Sierra Leone, and all of the places where all of us come from. That's the base. The call and response, the rhythmic singing, all of the stuff that we associate with black music, melisma, all of them stuff there. You see? So, when people claim that there's a conversation now that reggae came from Trinidad, and that one man invented the bass line and one man invented rocksteady. That nothing. Even Toots, when Toots says him is the first man to put reggae in a thing there, there's no evidence to support it. And I am a Toots fan. I have to go with the evidence. No one song can be said to be the first reggae song, or no one song can be said to be the first rocksteady song, because it was a gradual process. And the evidence that is there suggests that it is a gradual process where the music take its time and change. It never does change 1966. It didn't change 1968. It's a gradual process. Music and art don't just invent itself. No one man just come out and say, listen, I'm going to invent jazz. No one can say they invented, individual can invent, say they invented high life or Afrobeats. Especially when it coming from a black perspective, it is always a communal kind of coming together, community kind of thing that make the music. And the foundation of all music is basically black music. So no individual. That is a Western notion of this of this creative individual creative genius. You have Pablo Picasso, famous for Cubism. Where him get it from? Him rob it from Africa. And him call African paintings primitive and Fimo classic.
Yeah.
His partner is a man named, I think, Wilfredo Lam. He has a famous painting named The Jungle. He's a Chinese Cuban. We go Europe. Where him they learn for teach? Where him they learn for that? You think of Europe him learn it? Him learn it right in a Cuba. Pablo Picasso had one of the greatest African collection in terms of art and stuff. And him admits him is a thief too. So sometimes when I don't go into arguments about any one individual inventing culture. You can't. It just don't make no sense. And there's about 6 songs that they say is the first reggae song. And nobody can substantiate it when them release it, if it was the first one. And Toots is even going as far now. Some people are going as far as to say that he invented the word reggae. Don't make no sense. It can't. It's like somebody said them invents the name ska.
Yeah, because the issue to do with Toots issue now is that it is written, and everywhere you go, that he coined out the name reggae.
Yeah, and it's a recent thing. It's just misinformation, and people, you see, the lack of scholarship behind popular music in Jamaica is a problem. And we don't do enough work. We don't value it that much, so we don't put in the work. Let me tell you something.
Yeah.
The reggae started in the 60s. And it was oppressed in Jamaica. Couldn't play some radio station don't play it. You can't play reggae in a certain court places. Uptown people run you away with it because man a Rasta man. And it's boogie yaga music. Meaning it don't have no sense. Bob Marley and everybody were were the people's heroes. But this establishment never liked none of them. Them never like Burning Spear. Them never like make it worse. Burning Spear was talking about Marcus Garvey and liberation and all them things. Them don't like them things there. Peter Tosh was talking about lighting up your spiff, light up your chalice and smoke it in Buckingham Palace, and talking about the system and having songs with bumbo clot and all of these things in it, you know. And so that's how reggae was in that period of time. So when we have this revisionist history, now people are saying that reggae is about peace and love, and dancehall is about slackness. That don't make no sense. When thing they say we're gonna chase those crazy ballers out of town, what do you think he was talking about? Or when him say kill, cramp and paralyze all weak heart people, you know? And Africa must be free and all of them stuff there. Bob was a revolutionary, but white America now want to make him look like a man of peace because they want to take away him sting. Just like how them take away the sting of Martin Luther King. You see? Yeah. And them suppress Marcus Garvey and them suppress Malcolm X because they can't suppress their messages. So we have to be careful when we fall into these traps.
So are you saying that it is not Tooth who coined the name reggae?
No. That is if no, it's not him. Because there are songs before him with the name reggae in it.
Wow.
Don't listen to the internet. And don't listen to Wikipedia. It is not. There's no evidence. You see, when people say that one person do it, ask for the evidence. Ask for the evidence.
Wow.
And listen, I love Toots dearly. I was friendly with Toots. This was my brethren. You understand? He used to call me Naya and say me is a Rasta man, although he's a bald man. him tell me say you're more Rasta than enough people I know. You understand? So I'm not disparaging anybody. I'm just talking the facts because I'm an academic. And I can't talk foolishness when I know I can do the research. You see? There are many songs before Toots. There's a song named Reggae Time by Don Lee. That is Bunny Lee's brother. That is in contention to have the name reggae before Toots. There's another song named Reggae in Your Streggae by Dandy Livingston. In fact, when him do reggae in your reggae in your streggae, it was a slack song. Dandy Livingston said never even want his mother to hear it because the name reggae wasn't even associated with the genre then. If you listen to the song by Dandy Livingston, it is reggae in your streggae. It's about sex. You see? And we can give you another list of songs that might be before Toots. There's no evidence to suggest which one come first.
So if all these things are there,
Lagazee, don't go up on the radio again and ever say Toots is the first reggae song.
All right.
I beg you, seriously, or that he coined the word reggae. No, if you talk to people like 90-oldness, the reggae come from. Them used to say there was a derogatory term for women named streggae. And another producer called Clancy Eccles. 90 same used to say, come here girl, I want to reggae you. But the evidence suggests that might be true because when Dandy Livingston does his song, him say reggae in a streggae. You understand? These are songs that you can play, and hear the history. Because let me tell you where you need to go to. And don't go to books. Go to the evidence. The songs. The songs tell the story. And you can, like when them tell me, say that this first Rocksteady song was sounds Take It Easy. Don't make no sense. Because we hear reggae Rocksteady sound in other songs long before that, when there was a period of them call it ska steady, or slow ska. That have the reggae, the rocksteady sound. There's a song by Scatterlights named Moody Scare. I hope you're writing down all of them names right now.
We have everything.
There's Moody Scare.
Yeah.
Moody Scare by the Scatterlights. That's straight rocksteady. So though this thing about the first song, I invent this, all of that is a waste of time. I develop a theory called the creative echo chamber. And there are three to explain the dynamics of how we make music and how we produce and how we create. And there are three facets of the theory. Repetition, communality, and geospatiality. Repetition deals with how we repeat everything, and we use run rhythm for 20, 30 years. We use Bob Marley re-recorded most of his songs from the early days. Peter Tosh did the same thing, you know. A lot of songs that we see on the international albums, they were singles in Jamaica from a long time. Marga Dog, I Forget a Beatin', Mellow Mood, Lively Up Yourself, Stir It Up. All of them songs, they were songs that were released and them do them over. You understand? So that is the repetition. Geospatiality is the connectivity between Africa, the North America, the Caribbean, and how we take elements from each other. So the call and response, the clave sound, pop, 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 pop. It's still in Afrobeats right now. It's in Latin American music, it is Jamaican music. The triplet. Them call it the tresillo in Latin America. We call it the triplet, or we call it the bongs. You listen to a lot of Afrobeats and high life, it's the same thing. The tresillo, the habanera, same thing. All of these different styles. So what we do is borrow from each other. Mento borrow from Latin music. It borrow from Calypso. Calypso borrow from Mento. We borrow from, for ska, borrow from Latin American music and jazz and bolero in Cuba. Hip hop borrow from Jamaican music. Reggaeton borrow from Jamaican dancehall. It's not one way. Jamaicans love to be arrogant and say they are influenced by we influence everybody. But them don't talk about how they influence them how we take. You understand? It's kind of I call it cultural chauvinism. You know? And now Trinidad get into the mix and claiming them invent reggae. There's no such thing as mento music, it's calypso. And they invented rocksteady. All bogus foolishness. You know?
Yeah.
Because we borrow from each other. That's what we call the geospatiality.
Yeah.
And the communality is the community. We do social authorship where everybody contribute to the music. And everybody contribute to the style. Enough Bob Marley tune and I am one write it. Enough Bounty Killer tune and I am one write it. Enough Beanie Man tune and I am write it. Sometimes them thief people lyrics. Literally thief people lyrics.
Yeah.
Yeah. And it was something, listen, I'll tell you a story.
Yeah.
Papa San and Peter Metro, and Peter Metro can verify it.
Yeah.
Because him tell it on certain summits, Woolipa interview. Him and I playing with Papa San. And Papa San say him do a style where him reverse the lyrics. So him call it backway talk. And Papa San demonstrate to Peter Metro. So but Peter Metro reached back from New York before Papa San.
Yeah.
And Peter Metro start the style before Papa Stan. Yellow Man was Beanie Man is a man where people, if them have new lyrics, them don't talk. Cause them know better than the man I go do it and probably do it better than them.
Yeah.
So once Beanie Man come in the street, everybody silent. and it's not even enough of the lyrics. There's a people like what's his name again? Brigadier Jerry. Brigadier Jerry did have so much lyrics, but he never used to love record. And people take all right. Free Mandela, we're gonna breathe. All of them thing that people used to thief. But it wasn't stealing. We don't share it because nobody was offended when they do it. Yellow Man used to take other people's style. So that's why we call it communality. The community and the community sharing. And where we get that from? Right here.
All right. Ladies and gentlemen, trust me, our guest is Dr. Dennis Howard. And trust me, he is a lecturer, you understand me, at the University of West Indies, Institute of Caribbean Studies, Reggae Unit, you understand me. And trust me, he was born into it, living it, and the man is living it right now as, a lecturer, a producer, artist manager, publicist. Yo, he's Mr. Everything. Before I play the Sing J style from, Johnny Osborne, Narobawa is here, my producer, wants to throw in a question.
Yes, Doc, greetings.
Yeah.
Yes, as a academia, to what extent will you say reggae music has influenced Jamaican culture intellectually? Example, if we take hip-hop, Tupac.
Yeah.
We have his lyric being studied in university like West Indies.
Yeah.
Washington University.
Yeah.
Harvard, Arizona, Boston, all these universities. But when it comes to reggae music, I can't pinpoint one artist we can say that his music is being studied in any one of the universities.
Yeah, man. Bob Marley is being studied. Okay. Bob Marley, Peter Tosh. I teach a course called Bob Marley and his music in my department, which is the Institute of Caribbean Studies. The literature department and the history department and the government department have a bunch of courses on Jamaican popular music and about certain people like they did a book on Tanya Stevens, So our University of the West Indies, we are very active in promoting and we have a reggae studies unit.
Yeah.
And so we have the Bob Marley lecture, annual Bob Marley lecture. The lecture don't have to be about Bob Marley, but it have to be about music and culture. We have the Walter Rodney lecture, which will be going on the 17th, which the artists, we have an artist in residence, we have an entrepreneur in residence, and we have a professional in residence in my department. Things that I have spearheaded because I'm the coordinator for my degree program. And so there's a lot of activity. We have the Peter Tosh Symposium, which is coming. I am going to be one of the presenters.
By the Peter Tosh Foundation.
Yeah. No, it's done by my institute. It's done by the Department of Sociology and my institute. So there's a lot of things being done. I teach a mentor course. I teach a sound system course. Yeah. Where we go through the history of sound system, where we go through the history of mentor music. Yeah. I have a TikTok post on my TikTok page about the difference between. Somebody was saying that Bob Marley was explaining. A interviewer, Gil Noble, was referring to mentor music and calling it calypso music because he's an American, and Bob Marley was explaining the evolution of our music. And so the Trinidadians jump on it and say, oh, well, Bob Marley says calypso is calypso. And I'm trying to clarify and say, listen, because of the calypso craze and because of Harry Belafonte's success with mentor music, most of the album, only 2 calypso songs were redone. Original calypso song was redone on that album, which is the first album to sell 1 million copies. Wow. All right? But the rest of it, even the ones that he did in Brown Skin Girl and I can't remember, and Woman is Smarter, he did it in a mentor style, So they were talking about mentor, not calypso. But Trinidadians, that's the reason why they're claiming that reggae started out of calypso. Yeah.
Next question.
Yeah.
In your book, Creative Echo Chamber,
yeah,
there's a part you talk about the Kingston studio scene.
Yeah.
What's the one surprising and interesting that you discovered during your studies when it comes to recordings that even experienced producers and artists don't know about when it comes to the studio scene in Kingston?
Come again and ask the question. What is the surprise?
Interesting or any surprising thing you discovered during your work with artists and producers, studio in studio practice
Yeah.
that he discovered that even most experienced artists and producers don't know about?
Oh Lord! Listen, a lot of they don't know nothing about the music. They are most times the guidance that artists get is coming from musicians and engineers and some producers, because even some of the producers them don't know what they're doing, you know. So the core of creativity comes from engineers and producer. This is not to detract from the talent, you know.
Yeah.
People are talented and they have the skills and stuff, and some of them, as they get better, as they grow, as the time pass, they grow and get better. But the surprising thing for me was that the ignorance about the business and even about the production process. Sometimes it takes days to produce certain people. You see everybody bossy and talk like them a big star. You wouldn't like to see them working in the studio. The credit producers, engineers, and musicians don't get the credit that they should for how they contribute to Jamaican popular music.
Okay.
Wow.
Last one. It's a question that actually I was going to throw to Lagazee during the reggae exclusive, so you can answer it later, maybe before the close of the show. Chronix just released his album. There's a whole mixed feeling out there.
Yeah.
Kabaka Pyram actually issued a statement saying that it's a Rastaman music, but not for the industry. And to me personally, I listened to the whole album.
Yeah.
But I'm not impressed production-wise.
Yeah.
So what's your take on the whole story? Because people are disappointed. Others are also saying, yes, it's a 70s reggae music, 80s. Some people are saying being European white man reggae
right.
kind of thing.
Let me give you an
Yes.
example. Let me give you a thing. You know the album Exodus by Bob Marley?
Yeah.
And you know the album Kaya by Bob Marley?
Yeah.
They said the same thing about those two albums.
Yeah, Kaya was more like a love. Kind of, yeah.
Listen, a friend of mine who was in London at the time, a Guyanese, he and some other Jamaicans led a delegation to Bob in England and asked him if he's mad. Because how could he do an album like that? And so when he did Exodus, Movement of Jah People, them said him doing funky, and the album was soft. That is why after those two albums, Bob did the Survival album, which was more militant, to appease them. I'll give you an example. I was at the One Love concert with Bob. I wasn't with him. I attended the concert.
In 1976?
Yeah, to 78, I think.
Okay, yeah.
78.
Yeah, 78.
Yeah. The Kaya was out, and he never performed a song from Kaya. And the next day, he came down after the performance. He came down to Rose Lane, where my father's place was, and was looking for Bucky Marshall, one of the initiators of the piece, which I knew well also. And he saw me and a guy named Prince, and him said to us, where's Bucky? I was say, check in that house, and check in that yard, and him go in the yard and him never see him. So when he was coming out, me and Prince said, Bob, we never hear none from Kaya. But I never understood the dynamics of the fight that he was getting, because we love Kaya. So we wanted to hear Kaya. Him do Rastaman Vibration. Him do songs from Rastaman Vibration. Him do from Burning. Him do from Natty Dread. Not one song from Kaya, which was the album, nor Exodus. None of them song there. If you listen back the tape, you'll hear. And him just smile and go in and van him BW and drive off, because Bob not talk much. Yeah. You know. So the same thing. People like myself and Walter Fire from Major Lazer, we are saying that Chronix and Kabaka Pyramid and Protege not doing reggae. They're doing something else. Just like how what we have been doing since 2010 is not dancehall. I know we're calling it trap dancehall, but we have a period where when people like Daseka and Steve McGregor was making music. Yeah. I don't know if Dexter Daps ever do a dancehall song in his entire life. Because we can't call every style dancehall.
Yeah.
Because if it's different, it must name something else.
Yeah.
Not true?
Yeah.
And so people like Steely, Cleveland Brownie from Steely and Clevie, who's the originator of the 90s dancehall sound is saying no, it's not dancehall. You have people like me saying no, it's not dancehall, we need to change the name. You have people like Walshifier saying reggae and the things that the so-called reggae artists are doing is not reggae. And so that is why people creative. You can't stop people from being creative. And so I don't critique people's music in that way because it don't sound familiar. You're going to say it is foolishness. 5 years from now, everybody will be vibing to the same Chronics album and say it's a great album.
True.
Because cream always rise to the top.
True. Allah bless you.
All right, so 52 going into the two here on Asaase Radio, the voice of our land. Now, when we step into the discussion of the Sing J thing and then other issues, stepping and all that. Now, Dr. Dennis Howard said, Lagazee, look into your catalog and play Sing J style. You understand me? And let us see it. That was where the whole thing kind of started from. But it did exist. It existed long before that. You understand me? Before Empress Debbie, you step in with your question. Let us play the Sing J style and let everybody hear it. You understand me?
Easy.
No, seriously, I was telling someone, I told Mr. Vegas last Sunday that when I stepped into Jammy's studio and I met Johnny Osborne, the issue to do with Sing J came up. And Johnny Osborne looked into my face and he said to me that, Lagazee, I am the father
of the name Sing J.
You understand me? And a matter of fact, I was there with Dr. Dennis Howard because he took me to Jammy's studio at Waterhouse.
Yeah.
You understand me? And then we spoke about that, briefly. I didn't know that this argument would come up today. I would have propped into the issue and asked more questions pertaining to when did the whole thing started, who started with him, who were some of the artists that came before him that were doing that and all that.
Yeah, man. Liquor John was in the 80s. Liquor John was the premier Sing J. Eka Mouse is a Sing J too. Yeah. Eka Mouse is a bunch of them. Billy Boy. Some people, enough people don't even know Billy Boy.
You
understand? But there was 3 Sing Js who were classic singers.
Mm-hmm.
Sugar Minot, Barrington Levy, and Mr. Mandir.
All right.
Johnny Osborne.
You
understand? And this was the imperative of the dancehall, the sound system culture. People never wanted to hear the sweet, sweet singing alone. And so, I'll give you an example. There's an original version of Rewind by Johnny Osborne, which is more a singing style. It still have some Sing J parts in it, but him do it over for jammies, and it's a total Sing J style. If you're happy and you love it, say rewind. Jack it up or read it one more time, you say rewind. Michael Jackson, that style. But the other one, him just say rewind, jack it up one more time, rewind. More melodic and soulful. But him still have some sections of the original Rewind where him do a little
Sing J style.
Barrington Levy on the intercom, Rosie tell me if he comes, say she never Barrington Levy, when he went to England with Just Crew to record on the intercom, with the doop, the musician them said I'm not doing it, a foolishness. And Barrington leave the studio and say I'm not record the song. If them not play it the way, because he was feeling the vibes from the sound system where them used to mix. Boop, 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 boop. So I want them to do the song that way. And the musician said, no, a foolishness. And him get him way, and the rest is history.
All right. So Junior Maestro says, welcome to the motherland, Dr. Dennis Howard. Wishing you a blissful stay. And then he said, please ask him if he has listened to the new Chronics album. What is his take on it? Could he kindly break it down? I hear a lot of Bob Marley elements in there. We just spoke about that. It's a Dave Anthony Bennett of Dominican and then Dominic Rubin. Dave Anthony Bennett and then Dominic Rubin. Come listen to some facts about reggae. And then Kojuefi Yefrifa says, very well. You understand me? Raspino Zino says, well done, Shell. And the Junior Maestro goes to boom and step in and say, is the new generation of songs packaged, as dancer for it to sell in the mainstream for lack of a better name?
Yeah, well, no, I think, let me tell you, we are the victim of our own success. Dancehall got the biggest hype. All right, remember I was asked, I went back to, let me go back to a question and then I answer that. Reggae was started in the 60s. The first time a book was written on reggae? 1980. So a whole decade passed and nobody never really studied reggae. Nobody in the first person to look at reggae or aspects of reggae was Caroline Cooper, academically. You understand?
Mm-hmm.
You know who wrote the book on reggae? A Trinidadian named Sebastian Clark. You know when the next reggae book come out? 1981 or 1982. And the only Jamaican input was Garth White, our musicologist. And he only had like about 1 or 2 chapters in the book, and the rest was done by some white men. So we never really take our thing serious until late. So mental music, lost. Jamaican R&B, lost. Nobody have no scholarship on it. The only dissertation on mental that I know is a white man named Dan Neely in New York. You hear me? There's hardly any, and the only book and couple people mention mentor in other books, like the that book Caribbean Currents.
Mm-hmm.
White men write it too. But our ethnomusicologist Olive Lewin,
Mm-hmm.
she have a chapter in her book Rocket Come Over, which look at mentor music. And I think Peter Ashburn have a book in a reggae global book,
Mm-hmm.
reggae global reggae. He has a chapter that he looks at mentor. Now you say dancehall, a ton load of scholarship on dancehall. And when in the 90s, when dancehall everybody was being signed and everything, and this whole heap of hype about dancehall, we get caught up into the dancehall thing and don't understand that music always evolve. And if you don't change the name, you're going to stuck. Do you get me? And we're not saying we're discarding dancehall, but if we create new genres, let us identify them and move on. If Western Africa never come up with Afro beats,
Mm-hmm.
what would it be? What would happen? What do I call it? If South Africa never come up and said no, we're gonna do Amapiano, or if Tanzania never say we have bongo flavor, all of them sound almost alike, not true?
Mm-hmm.
But you want to differentiate them. So Tanzania say bongo flavor, Afro beats, talk, high life. We have to label what is our problem as black people. We don't love own we thing with the people define it for us. We don't identify. Luckily Jamaica went through that process where we have 8 different genres. We have mentor. We can call if we want to, because it's different from American R&B. We have Jamaican R&B. We have ska, rocksteady, dub, dancehall, fusion dancehall, one beat. I eat that we're gone. And we talk about trap dancehall. I'm gonna leave out Naya Bingi. So you get me? And Naya Bingi is a forgotten genre because it's Rastaman drumming with the funde and the kete and the bass drum. People like Ras Michael and almost every album that Bob did for Island have at least one Naya Bingi
Yeah,
song.
you're right. You're right.
But nobody don't talk about Nyabinghi.
Yeah.
Ras Michael and the Sons of Negus.
Yeah.
Mystic Revelation of Rastafari. Bonnie and Skitter. Till I'm Late to Rest is a Nyabinghi song.
Yeah.
But we don't talk about these genres like we don't say dancehall, and that is the problem. We are not owning what we do, and we don't identify. We figure say like Cartel is a dancehall can't stall. It's stall because not even the dancehall now. There's a song, the song by what the guy from St. Kitts about, and I think that Burna Boy did a version with him. Is a Jamaican, but him live in St. Kitts or one of them place there. It was big man were there. Couple. That particular song, when it come out, everybody was saying it was dancehall, and the guy was telling them, no, it was not dancehall. You know where the beat come from? Right, sir. Nigeria, Lagos. So it must be Afrobeats. But everything sounds so close now.
Mm-hmm.
The only way you can differentiate yourself in the market is if you differentiate. And you can't differentiate if everything is the same thing. It's like saying Ghanaians, Nigerians, Jamaicans is one thing because we have the same color.
Yeah.
We have different. Everybody, jollof rice from Nigeria different from jollof rice from Ghana.
From Ghana.
Simple. So what you other say? Jollof rice.
Empress Debbie, step in now with your question.
Blessings, Doc. I don't know about everyone here, but today I've learned a lot. Yeah, I really learned a lot. I mean, as someone who is passionate about music and history and its culture, yeah, I've learned a lot today. Yeah, Doc, there's one question I want to ask you. You mentioned that you have a course on Bob Marley and his music.
Yeah.
Yeah, I wanted to find out how your students
Yeah.
respond to Bob Marley's message and his ideas. How relevant is it to them in today's context?
Absolutely relevant, because a lot of them believe Bob Marley. When a lot of them believe the misinformation about Bob Marley of this man of peace and one-dimensional Rasta. So when we get into it in terms of he's a complete artist, that him sing love song, that him have a sexual perspective, him have a political perspective, him have a peaceful perspective, and him have a unity perspective. So him is a complete person, because you can't stereotype an artist. I will look on it from that kind of a perspective, and it's always eye-opening, and they love it, you know, because they see Bob as only one way, this new way of being, this man of love and peace, just like how reggae, the most revolutionary music in the entire planet, is now being seen as a song, a music of love, and dancehall is the bad stepchild, you know, which is slackness and gun lyrics, you know.
All right. Thank you very much.
All right. All right. So let me step in with this, Doc. In September, I read in the Gleaner that your university, in collaboration with VP Records, are giving some scholarship to students and all that.
Yeah.
I want you to go into that for us to understand the main, issue in terms of what the university and VP Records are doing for reggae.
Yeah, so basically what we do, we adopt the neoliberal mentality and start charging for students to go to university. So a lot of people would love to go to university, they can't. So we see this as an opportunity to encourage people to apply to the university for our entertainment management degree, which is called the Entertainment and Cultural Enterprise Management. In that degree, they teach you about intellectual property, they teach you about contracts, they teach you about the music industry, the fashion industry, event management. So it's a full entertainment management degree. I am the coordinator for that program. And so VP has as a entity that have roots in Jamaica. They have a headquarters they have a branch they have headquarters in New York, but they have a branch in Jamaica, and they want to keep in touch with the people who are coming out, who are trained in the field, to make a connection with them to work, because the person who's the recipient of the persons who are the recipient of the scholarship, they will do their internship with VP at the end of the final year. So VP is identifying that we need trained people that knows about contract, knows about record deal, knows about distribution, and can manage, because they're people love to say they're going into business and them don't have no management skills, and they don't have know nothing about business, and so you're bound to fail, and that is why the failure rate of business is so high. Some people will learn along the way and survive, but most people are going to flop because you don't have no training in management, or you don't get the kind of advice, or what you call it, business development services. You're there on your own to do what you're doing, and then you have a problem. So that is why VP and us, collaborated and start the scholarship. I want more people to come on board. So I'm going to be going out to see if I can get any out of the big corporate entertainment companies, will be interested in providing scholarships, because we have to get our people, especially the boys, educated. Because at my university, I think the ratio is like about 80 to 20 in terms of male versus female. Female is 80% female, 20% male. So the boys are not interested in tertiary education. Everybody want to be a DJ or a scammer.
Then it's easy,
But it's a reality.
Yeah, of course. But I would like to find out from you, though, that is this open to foreign nationals as well?
Anybody can, yeah, of course. If you want to come to the university, we're not fully online yet, but I think they have a thing called UE Global. Some of the courses, like the Bob Marley course, will be offered online, so anybody can take that course. But if you want, if you, we have foreign nationals who come to the university, and some people, what they can do also is do like a year, because sometimes we have people from all over the world, Japan, Europe, America, that they come and do a year at our university and in our department, So it kind of open.
Wow. Yeah.
Easy.
Ladies and gentlemen, well, Junior Maestro from Norway Far Away says, what is his take on Afro dancehall?
Oh, I love it. Listen, you remember we talk about the geospatiality?
Yeah.
It's one of listen, even the conversation about Trinidad and all them stuff there, it's unnecessary. It's one people, it's one music. You see, and one of our scholars in the UK, which I base my work is based on, is Paul Gilroy, who talks about the Black Atlantic, the same connectivity between UK, West Africa, South America, Central America, the Caribbean, and North America, in terms of black expressions. I know how the root is in Africa, but when it comes to the Caribbean and North America, we add our thing to it based on our experience, and that addiction comes back to Africa and influence Africa. You see, so when Stonebwoy was taken to task for saying that the root of reggae music and dancehall is Africa, is foolishness. The man right. The interpretation by the journalist was wrong, and the headline was wrong, because what he's saying is true, and nobody can't deny that. You see, it's like saying that we're not black. You deny your root.
Of course.
You see, it's foolishness.
Of course, Doc. We give thanks. Looking into our industry now and the way things are going, we have to rise up to the core of reality. And also, what we have to remember is that not all things you read on the internet you have to believe, or not all things written on the internet and you read you have to believe it. Because now Doc is telling us that nobody looked at reggae for some decades, and the people who looked into it were even not Jamaicans. You understand me? To have documented their own history and all these things. I keep telling people that when I got to Jamaica, certain things I began to have different perspective about what is written on the internet. You understand me? I spoke to Fred Lux the other day, and I was reading. I did research about his date of birth and all that. And he said, "No, Lagazee, that is wrong. We don't know where them get that from." And I'm like, "Look at that." So if you base your argument on the internet almost all the time, you're gonna have a serious problem.
Same thing with Master Griffiths. We are going to give her a doctor of honorary doctorate at the university, and so because they asked me to link her because she's my friend, love her to death.
Yeah,
And when I was writing the recitation, I asked her just verify the date of birth. The wrong date of birth on it. So you can't look on the internet.
Yes, you understand me. So I keep telling people, now Dr. Dennis Howard, he's debunked the fact that it is not Tooth that even coined out the name reggae. You understand? Because it existed before even him. Yet other people has used that in their songs before even Tooth. And I'm like,
anybody would tell you that it's Tooth. Tell them, say, bring the evidence. Let's bring the evidence. Not true. When you go in a court, you can't say, "Hey, Lagazee thief my money." Where's the evidence? Evidence. You have to have evidence.
Wow. And he did mention a couple of songs that I think because of time we can't go into all these songs and all that. I think we need like more 3-4 hours with Doc, where we have to go to all these songs and play them one after the other for people to get some clear understanding. But if you're a student of this particular show, that is Dancer University Yaad Settingz, then it means that you have to do your homeworks well. You understand me? You have to listen good. Put pen to paper and do your own research and understand things better. You understand me? Don't go on the internet and read everything and take that in hook, line, and sinker. No, you make a big mistake. You understand me? Because I said I had that change of mind when I visited Jamaica. That, oh, I see. Oh, so is that how the whole thing is? Because even Johnny Osborne, who was more closer to, Bob Marley, he told me certain things personally that I'm like, oh, really? He said, no, Lagazee, you got this information from the internet. I say, yeah. Then he was like, no, sir, Lagazee, don't do that, man.
And even now with AI, people can actually fake.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think now with AI, people are actually faking people's voices and trying to create a whole lot of what's it called, issues or things that are not really
misinformation.
Yeah. And
so Doc, where do you see our reggae industry in the next 5 years?
It's difficult because the kind of leadership and vision that will take our music to where we can all make a lot of money, because it's all about money. In most instances. It's not all about money, but it's all about money in most instances. I honestly don't know, I'm serious. Because there's no unification in terms of a direction. Everybody in their own silos doing what they're doing. And there's no body that represents the music. The media is all over the place. Everybody have their own channel. Everybody doing clickbait stuff. Everybody want to be controversial and all of them stuff there, and we're not in any. And the fact that we can't come to any consensus in terms of even the fact that we have changed the genre, and I like coffee. How do you classify coffee?
yeah,
Tell me, what kind of music should do?
I don't know where exactly she falls.
There you go. You know?
Yeah, seriously.
Yeah.
If you ask me.
Chronics. Listen, in one song, the song that "Nah give up, cause we ain't no giving it."
Yeah.
The man sing J night, him DJ night, and him singing night. In the one song.
Yeah.
If you listen to it perfectly. You understand? So what is Protege? Protege, no for Protege song, I don't know what to call them. Leader Ike, the same thing. She do a song named Romantic Call, where she do over Patra song.
Yeah.
What you call it? That's dancehall?
But
Is it reggae?
Even with that, right? We still have artists like Alba Rose,
Yeah.
who still do that strictly one drop rhythm reggae.
Yeah,
It's-
of course.
it's reggae.
Yeah. And the thing is, you know, when one genre start, the other don't die.
True.
We might not do rock steady songs,
Mhm.
no, but you just play the rock steady song, and if you play that rhythm right now, everybody jump to it. And sometimes other producers will relick that Sing J style rhythm, and it gone again. That's part of the repetition. We repeat. The Staglock rhythm is from 1975, you know, and it's still popular. When I answer that one, you know, the Heavenless rhythm. That is even, I think the Heavenless reggae rhythm is either a rock steady or a ska song, a slow ska song. Sta na 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 tap tap da 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 da. It was scatterlight through the first Heavenless, you know. The entertainment is a time of enjoyment. Nobody fights in the dance done. The hot milk. Hot milk are from is a rock steady thing. Then it come murderer and Beanie Man and all kind of people up on it. Hot milk. That's the repeating process. And to come back to your question, I don't know where we're going. I honestly don't know. You know, I am not in a position to tell you because there are so many moving parts and there's no unity. There's no consensus, really. You know, thank God for people like you in Ghana and West Africa here. You know, burning the flame and keeping the authenticity of the music, you know, because we need it. And I guess it will work out, but I don't know where we're going, you know, because look at it now. Who are the people who are filling up arenas in the Jamaican music scene are in their 50s. A pure old man, a pure grandfather. You realize that?
Yeah.
So where the youth there? Who drive music? Who drive popular music?
But we have artists like Multimer,
Yeah.
strictly roots.
Roots. You know, but I'm saying which demographic drive popular music?
Yeah, that's true.
No youth.
Yeah.
Who the youth them are defend? So who the youth them are gonna defend? Most of them, even Alkaline and them in them 30s. I go up in the 40s now. We don't know no 15-year-old sensation. We don't know no 20-year-old more than so. That's really doing it and making an impact. You know, Shensia, what kind of music Shensia doing now? What we are doing? You know,
Dancehall music.
Where? And this is not to say that Shensia is not a great artist.
Of
you know.
course.
But that's a talk about how you classify it.
Yeah.
You know.
Where but she classify herself as a dancehall artist.
Yeah, but you remember the album I should have the album I should have done?
Yeah.
And that was most of that. This first album on which she did with the label. Most of that was not dancehall. Great songs. I think it's an underrated album because it's a good album, but it just never make any. I don't know if they knew how to market it, you know. But some of the songs them good on the album there. It's one of those albums that will probably last long and people come to it after, you know. But it's a mix. Should I try a thing and mix it up with hip hop and all kind of stuff because you have to have an international appeal. Bob Marley did that, and when Bob Marley did it, them say him sell out.
Yeah.
But now we accept all of the music. You know, Could You Be Love is not a reggae song.
Yeah.
it was appealing to the R&B market specifically.
Yeah.
Exodus is not a reggae song. You understand? Bob knew that marketing and crossover was essential to make it big.
Ladies and gentlemen, yo, time is fast spent. But before I leave you finally, I want your opinion on this. When Buju Banton said Afrobeat is empty,
Yeah.
it doesn't carry no substance.
A madness that. Buju, it was unfortunate that Buju said that, because I did analysis of Yeah. That song alone.
Yeah.
If you listen to it, it have the same kind of messages that is in dancehall. When the SARS thing was happening in Nigeria, look how much of them do songs about SARS, including Burna Boy.
Yeah.
You understand? You are listening to the commercial side of Afrobeats alone. And nothing is wrong with that Afrobeats being happy and celebratory. But there are songs, Black Sheriff and them people there, you know, even Stone Boy, them have songs that touch on things and positivity. So I think it was unfortunate, you know.
Yeah, and for all those who don't know, Doc, he's got, you know, a radio station in Jamaica that plays a lot of African music, you know, and I'm a living witness to that. When I was there,
Yeah.
you know, some Black Sheriff was playing Kiddy, Kwame Eugene, Stone Boy,
LaRusso.
Yeah, man, LaRusso and all.
Yeah.
I was even surprised. Played in Jamaica.
The one who did the one with Jay DeRoby.
J. DeRoby, you understand me?
Yeah.
Yeah. All of them were being played in Jamaica. And I'm like,
man.
how are this?
It's online. It's RIDDIM1 numeral 1.com. Rhythm One Radio.
And how's the
.com.
acceptance like?
Huh?
How's the acceptance like?
Oh Lord, all over the world.
Okay.
Man, a big like no, but I've listeners from like 170 countries. I've seen countries in my analytics that I didn't even know existed.
Yeah.
You know. Yeah.
We give thanks, Doc. It's 25 minutes going into the R3 here on Asaase Radio, the voice of our land. I would like to say thank you so much for your time and space. Yeah, I don't know when you are leaving, you understand me? But we wish you well, you know, on the road and all that. But before we leave you finally, you know, I want you to talk to the whole of Ghana is listening to you.
Yeah.
Your word of advice to us who are in the music space, the entertainment space, radio personalities, sound man, sound woman, musicians, you know, of all genres and all that. I want you to advise us.
Professionalism is key. Hard work. Do your research. And meaning research, don't just go Google. You have to basically substantiate or back up. Go to different sources. And then after a while, you come to some consensus. And then even when you're making statements, don't make them definitive. You can say, based on the information that I have so far, as an academic, we have to do that because nothing is everything is subjective and subject to change. You see, and also you have to be very organized and take this business as a serious business. It makes a lot of money. Record companies are making money. They don't know where the industry is going, but they're still making billions. Every year, the IFPI put out the statistics as to whether the industry is growing or it's decreasing. It's always growing. The only part of the industry that is not growing is downloads and physical sales. That is in the minus. But streaming is up. West Africa is booming in terms of streaming and that sort of thing. You know, so there is billions of dollars to be made. And so we have to be professional. And the key thing, unity is strength.
All right. Dr. Dennis Howard, who happens to be a lecturer at the Institute of Caribbean Studies, Reggae Units, University of West Indies, Mona, Jamaica, came through, to at least open our eyes on certain things. You understand me? This is to tell you that not all things written on the internet you should take in, just straight, just like that. You understand me? He said, do your research, consult other sources. You understand me? And he said everything is subjected to change. So when you're making your analysis or your input, say, based on the information I have, this is what it is. You understand me? Don't move straight forward and say, oh, I have this and all that. And all this while, trust me, I have read that Tooth, but because I've read on the internet that Tooth was the one that, coined out the name reggae from Streggae. You understand me? And the dog has proven to us that there were other songs, more than even 6-7 songs which carries the name reggae in them before even Tooth.
You know the strange thing? First of all, the song Let's Do the Reggae is an obscure song. Nobody knows it. No sound system played. Nobody even have it on. Apart from if you can't get it on the internet, nobody had that record in their collection. And so it moved from being the first song to being a hit song. Mm-hmm. And it was never a hit song. Mm-hmm. You have information on the internet saying it's a hit song. It's never a hit song. You ask any sound man in Jamaica if they ever played that song. They have never played it. If anybody can show you, apart from in Jamaica especially, if them can show you an original 45 of that record. You know where I found that record? And in a sense, I found that record in the JBC library back in the 1980s. Never heard of it, never knew it. I was just searching through and found the record, Let's Do the Reggae. And then all of a sudden, when we started to talk about it and say it is one of the songs that have, it even spelled reggae with G-A-Y, not G-A-V, G-A-E. And it's an obscure song. It was done, Toots they didn't remember it. Toots have so much big hit songs. You understand? And as I tell you, Don Lee, Let's Do the Reggae. You have what's your name there? Phyllis Dillon. Boys and Girls Are Doing the Reggae. Mm-hmm. You have Tommy McCook, Reggae Train, all kind of different songs and reggae in your streggae. But nobody, not even me, can decide which one came first because we don't have enough evidence to substantiate any claim. You understand? Tell me, and the way we do music and how we with the communality and all them stuff, which individual man is going to name Mentor? One of the scholar that I talked about, he did an entire half of a chapter trying to find out the source of the name Mentor, and ended up nowhere. You understand? Ended up nowhere. Can any of you tell me who decided that the music was going to name Afrobeats?
Well, I mean, just like you said, here it's always accredited to fella, and even when
Afrobeat, that's Afrobeat.
Oh,
I'm talking about Afrobeats.
Okay.
Which one individual decided that it was going to name?
Ghanaians are claiming it. So
there you go. or an individual? Is it Burna Boy? Is it Mr. Easy? Or is it Wizkid? Or one of them? It's crazy. Or some journalist or some record executive who called it. So
even recently we have Stoneboy saying that he coined the word Afro dancer, right? Yeah. Who's become like a whole debate on its own. So.
Yeah, there you go.
Yeah.
So and I'm saying all of that is unnecessary. It's a Western philosophy mindset where the individual thing, where them thief everybody things and say for them own. You understand? So we must go away from that Western mindset of individual genius. Not Nagaso. Not in our system.
Yeah.
All right. Dr. Dennis Howard, I would like to say thank you for your time and space. You understand me?
Thanks for having me.
Yeah, man. And I know that we'll work again. I have tons of questions, but as I said, we need the next time I think we have to start early. You understand me? When Doc, is to come back again, I think we need to have like 3 hours with him and then have time and play some of the music and all that kind of thing. You understand, that people can really understand the whole thing. But as I said, Yaad Settingz is Dancehall University. So please, as you're listening, you're writing, and you're doing your own research. Don't go stand anywhere and say certain things, because I've heard people on their radio shows hitting their chest that, oh, this, that. Please, simmer down. Simmer down. You understand me? The truth is here. Here, we speak the truth and nothing else. My name is King Lagazee.